Jay-Z and Beyonce have always seemed untouchable, but word on the street is there's a tape out there that's got Jay-Z reaching for his wallet, and it's not for some petty cash either. We're talking a rumored $500 million. Why? Because that tape supposedly shows Jay and Queen Bey in some straight up compromising situations. Yeah, you heard that right. The Carters are under fire, and this time it's coming from deep within the industry.
I also was just recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes.
Rumor has it that back in the day, Jay-Z and Beyonce used to roll with Diddy at his infamous freak-off parties. These weren't just regular parties, these were the type of gatherings that make even the wildest stories from the Hollywood hills sound like bedtime tales. Diddy's parties had some of the biggest names there, but what went down behind those closed doors? Well, now it's starting to come to light, and it's not pretty.
Wait, reverse the tape. How much money can a nigga make in one place? How much dope can you hold in one safe? How many hoes?
See, Diddy wasn't just a guest at these parties, he was the man running the show. And what he was showing, it was his freak side on full display. People in the know are saying that Diddy kept dirt on everyone, but Jay-Z, he's no fool. He's allegedly trying to get his hands on a particular tape that's been causing him and Beyonce some serious sleepless nights. Because once this tape gets out, it won't just be Diddy going down, it'll be all of them. Now, here's where things get even messier. Word is that Jay-Z's ready to drop a whopping $500 million to keep this tape from seeing the light of day. If true, that's some serious cash. But that kind of money, it's only for something that could ruin everything. No random drama is worth that much, which means whatever's on that tape is enough to make Jay lay down $500 million.
What's that? That's Mauve King?
Niggas feeling marvelous.
You gotta get the shoes though. Y'all know what it is.
Some say the Carters have been distancing themselves from Diddy for a while now, and it's no coincidence. As soon as Diddy's house of cards started collapsing, Jay and Bey started disappearing. It's almost like they knew something was about to go down and they didn't want to be caught up in the fallout. But if Diddy's got a tape, it means he's had this ace up his sleeve for a long time. And now Jay-Z is just trying to get out of it without the whole world watching. Celebrity lawyer Ariel Mitchell didn't make things any easier for the Carters. She's been stirring the pot, claiming to have seen footage that puts Beyonce in a tight spot. Ariel's not some random person, she's the one bringing cases against Diddy too. So if she says there's a tape, you best believe there's a tape. And let's be real, if she's talking about Beyonce, then Jay-Z must be panicking behind closed doors.
Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Really? Really? And you've seen it?
I've seen stills of the video.
Mitchell's out here talking about Diddy's twisted tactics, spiking drinks, playing puppet master, and pulling strings in the industry. It's all too real, and the picture she's painting isn't a pretty one. Diddy's freak-offs weren't just some celebrity get-togethers, they were setups. And now she's saying there are photos, even some nasty videos from those parties that make it all look way worse than anyone ever imagined. And there's more. Apparently, she was approached to broker a catch and kill deal. It's the kind of move where you buy out tapes to bury them forever. She says she refused, but the fact that it was even on the table shows just how low this whole thing goes. Beyonce's presence at these parties wasn't just a rumor, it's a fact people have been talking about for years, but now it's coming out that she might have been recorded without knowing. And if that's true, it just opens up a whole other can of worms. It's one thing to party, it's another to be caught on tape in situations you can't explain away. Even DaBaby had something to say about these parties, mentioning how he once met Beyonce at one of Diddy's infamous gatherings. It's no secret that these events were wild, but now people are looking back and connecting dots. If there were recordings, if there were secrets, what else is still buried out there?
You know, surprised me. I actually met Beyonce before. That was one of the people be like, who you met? You know what I'm saying? That like it threw you out, like it took you back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Beyonce, I was at a party at Diddy crib in LA. This was this was the beginning of 2020.
The Carters' distance from Diddy isn't just about keeping their names clean. They were moving like they knew something was about to go down and they didn't want to be anywhere near the blast zone. But Diddy's got receipts, and if one of those receipts is a tape, Jay-Z's got more to worry about than just his reputation. Jaguar Wright has been saying for years that the industry is darker than most can handle, and now it looks like she was onto something all along. She talked about secret tapes, about celebrities getting caught in compromising situations, and nobody wanted to listen. But with Diddy's drama and now Jay-Z supposedly buying up a tape, Jaguar's claims are starting to sound more like the truth than wild accusations.
Somebody was just telling a story the other day, said they went to a Diddy party and they ended up getting drugged, and when they woke up, they seen him, he was going in on somebody else, and they was like, oh my God, what are you doing? He was like, this was you last night.
Jaguar even said these tapes were being sold on the dark web for millions. The fact that Jay-Z is supposedly willing to pay up to $500 million just to secure one of these tapes, that just proves her point. She warned us about Diddy's freak-offs and hinted that Beyonce was no stranger to these wild scenes. Now, it's looking like all those stories were spot on. And the worst part, the Carters' own secrets might be about to see the light of day. Let's not forget about Pimp C. The rumors around his death have been sketchy, and his connection to Jay-Z makes things even murkier. Pimp C supposedly had his own tape, one that could have implicated Jay-Z in a whole new scandal. People have said Pimp C's death wasn't what it seemed, and now with all this talk of tapes and cover-ups, it's not hard to see why.
You said that you were over to Pimp C's house, and again, rest in peace to the late great Pimp C. You were there to show him some music, show him some, some stuff, and he showed you a sex tape that would probably break the internet in today's world.
Right.
If Pimp C had a tape of Jay-Z, and if Jay's out here trying to buy up tapes, it's not hard to connect the dots. There's something about Pimp C's story that just doesn't sit right, and Jay's actions now are just adding fuel to the fire. Now Diddy has a whole history of keeping receipts. He wasn't just throwing parties, he was collecting dirt. When the feds raided his house, they didn't just find a couple of cameras lying around, they uncovered hidden cameras in spots no one would expect, with hours of footage stacked up. Diddy wasn't just filming for fun, he was building a vault of secrets on everyone who stepped into his world, and it's not looking good for him. He's locked up, denied bail 3 times with a trial date set for May 5th, 2025. The clock is ticking and Diddy knows it. But he didn't just keep these tapes for personal entertainment. He allegedly used them to keep the people around him in check. Blackmail was the name of the game. And who's at the top of that list? Jay-Z and Beyonce. The Carters have stayed quiet about Diddy's legal troubles, and it's not hard to see why. With blackmail hanging over their heads, the last thing they want is to end up on that witness stand. Because if that tape gets out, it won't just bring Diddy down, it'll bring Jay down with him. Jay-Z's connections to Diddy aren't just business deals, they're potential ties to some real dark secrets. He's got everything to lose if that tape surfaces, and he knows it. The Carters are running out of time, and every day Diddy's case just digs them deeper into this mess. The people react, people online are not holding back. One comment says, "It's her on the tape. Who else is going to pay $500 million? No matter what happens, you can't look at these people the same way again. They have been involved with Diddy for 30 years. They're all guilty as sin." This is the sentiment echoing all over social media, with fans calling out everyone in Diddy's circle as guilty by association. Another comment throws even more fire on this topic, saying, "Where is Pimp C tape of Beyonce when she was younger?" Jay allegedly got rid of him but did not get the tape. People are speculating that Jay-Z might have gone as far as taking out threats to protect what's on these tapes. And if that's true, that just takes this scandal to a whole new level. And then there's this. That's why Jaguar Wright is not being sued by Beyonce and Jay's for what she said on the Piers Morgan show. The Carters know Jaguar has some stuff on them. People are clocking how the Carters have stayed real quiet on Jaguar Wright. No lawsuits filed directly against her, no statements, nothing. just a filling against Pierce Morgan. It's got folks thinking there's a lot of truth to what she's been saying. Now, with all this wild info coming to light, it's hard not to wonder, just how deep does this go? Could Jay really be scrambling to cover up a past he doesn't want anyone to know about? And what other secrets might be lurking in those tapes that Diddy held onto so tightly? Are the Carters just as tangled in this web as Diddy himself? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let me know what you think about this entire mess. And if you're ready for more unfiltered stories like this straight from the world of celebrities, don't forget to like and hit that subscribe button. There's so much more to uncover, and trust me, you don't want to miss it.